All right, we back. You know, my Dukes. If my Dukes, you know, my Dukes call, I'm getting up off of this shit. Okay. This is Dr. Hood. We back with another exclusive H19D. This is a continuation of the other video. This will just be part 2. The other one I labeled it part 1. However y'all want to do it, man. Let's let Kevin Samuels cook.
Aged. But you know how many women that you'll find at this age who, if they're honest with you, they'll tell you, I've had opportunities, but it's always something. You know what it tends to be? It's their job. It's anything, it's not being able to follow men. So why are men winning at this area of life? Because
you are nothing but a dirty, stinking, low-down hyena.
Because there are a lot of women that got the hyena mindset.
Okay.
They got the hyena mindset at this time, at phase of life. And the most important thing you can do is understand that that's who they are. Don't get mad at them.
No.
Just avoid them. Because there is nothing you can do with a hyena.
Hey, I'm telling you, and there's female. Kevin, man, I give you a good one, man, for this, man. I'm gonna start having my stars. So I don't want you guys copying my shit. You know, if it's gonna be a 5-star reaction, you're gonna get 2 stars for the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my little stars popping up on the screen. If I give you 1 star, 2 stars, you know what I'm saying, 3 stars, you know what I'm saying. But so he would have got a star for that, you know, because it's all about avoiding. You know, if you're a man, if you're my son, you know, I'm gonna talk to everybody, you know, like they my son or somebody that I love dearly. If you see a female with that mindset, I mean, there's really nothing else to be said. You avoid it. Okay. That's the easiest thing to do. That's the easiest skill that we have, is to avoid people. So all these stories and stuff, we wouldn't have them if we practice avoiding, you know, certain situations that we already know aren't what's up. We got to pay attention more, men, because you know, it could be a lot of blur and you're really not paying attention. You're just kind of like in the moment, and then next thing you know, you look up and look who you got right by you. Okay, so the people that are around you, you need to pay attention to them. And if dating and finding a good woman is something that you're interested in, you got to take it seriously.
That's what it sounds like when here in Atlanta or around the country, where I hear a bunch of these women, 3 or 4 to a group, out here doing their girls' night or whatever it is, what it is. That's what you hear, a bunch of hyenas. And then they get mad at you because you come in there doing this. You come in there roaring like a lion. They're like, ooh, look at him. Girl, he look like he's CIA. Shoot, he even look like he's a bag. Yeah. And then they got the nerve to be looking at you like a whole snack.
Yeah, I don't know about all
They're looking at you like a whole snack. And then you roll over, but then here's the funny thing. You know what the funny thing about all this is, guys? They're looking at you like you still back on the college campus, right? And what do you see? What do you see when you see these women? And they're looking at you like, hey, how you doing? Hey, big head. And then they roll up to you, and you're like, I can't get with you. And then if you have, and then they ask you or your opinion about something, and then out of your mouth comes traditional man, masculinity, manhood, hierarchies, gender roles, all that kind of stuff. Then the next thing you know, you spot the undercover Shirley, and you call it out. Hey, Shirley. And what do you hear?
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious. And she's like, I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Let me get this right. You are 5'4", 170 pounds, $200,000 in student loan debt, You want to have 39 years old.
Right.
You want to have 3 kids, and you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child, and you don't want to have to work or
Right.
be responsible for more than 10% of the family bills. Yet you want to travel, you want to open your own business, a daycare, a spa, everything else. You can't be serious, Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'm not, and then they get, and then when you actually say, well,
Okay.
how is
Let me back up just a tad. Let me just back up just a tad because, you know, I was getting a lot of pushback because, you know, in the video I said that Kevin Samuels, well, I was reacting. The female was talking about all these little skills that she had, basket weaving and, you know, all of this extra little trinkets and shit, trinket making and shit. And I was like, okay, so, you know, like, what are you know, bringing to the table? And just because I wasn't like just because I didn't watch every episode of fucking Kevin Samuels, you know, I was getting I'm still getting backlash. You know, people, oh, he didn't say that he worries about a woman with her finances and shit. Well, you know, this is a prime example. Because if she had all the money in the world, she wouldn't have to worry about paying significant fucking bills. Okay. So what a woman has already has a lot to do with it. And just because he didn't say it in those exact words, that doesn't mean that he doesn't allude to it. You know what I'm saying? So some of you dudes just got to stop thinking outside the fucking, thinking inside the box. You know, a lot of this manosphere helps a lot of dudes that can't find women. You know, I've never had that fucking problem. You feel me? I mean, it's never been a fucking problem. So about being socially awkward or, you know, whatever, that is just not my reality. Okay. So if you're on these YouTube streets, if you're surfing around, if you're listening to content and trying to sift and find things out, you know, you just can't go by every fucking word and, you know, everything. It doesn't work like that. You know, let me get that right there. You dig?
dude? He even look like he's a bag. Yep. And then they got the nerve to be looking at you like a whole snack. They're looking at you like a whole snack. And then you roll over, but then here's the funny thing. You know what the funny thing about all this is, guys? They're looking at you like you still back on the college campus, right? And what do you see? What do you see when you see these women? And they're looking at you like, hey, how you doing? Hey, big head. And then they roll up to you, and you're like, I can't get with you. And then and then they ask you or your opinion about something, and then out of your mouth comes traditional man, masculinity, manhood, hierarchies, gender roles, all that kind of stuff. Then next thing you know, you spot the undercover Shirley, and you call it out. Hey, Shirley, and what do you hear?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious. And she's like, I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Let me get this right. You are 5'4", 170 pounds, $200,000 in student loan debt.
Right.
You want to have 39 years old. You want to have 3 kids, and you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child, and you don't want to have to work or be responsible for more than 10% of the family bills. Yet you want to travel. You want to open your own.
See, listen. I think this is the catch-22 with the Kevin Samuels content, and it's genius. He says he'll ask you, "Do you want to work after you have the child and pay significant bills?" And you know what I'm saying? That is a great fucking question, and most females, that's not the reality, but it's still something that 99% would want. Like, if you ask a man, you know, if he didn't have to fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. Who wants to work? That's my thing. If I can put food on the table without working, you know, I mean, hey, you know, that's what anybody will want. It's not the reality. It's not something that you're gonna expect. It's not even something that's, you know, in your wildest imagination, other than a lot of the time when they heard that, some of the females, let's say they heard this content for the first time and they jumped on there, you know, he'll hit them with that and shit. They probably never even heard anybody say that. So that question right there is loaded. You know, that question is loaded, and you're gonna get that same reaction. And then when he slices off your income because you said you didn't want to work, and then he makes it seem like everything else is not obtainable. You know, it's genius. It's genius, because it sounds even more ridiculous if you don't want to work to pay significant bills. You know, and then he'll get, if you do want to work and pay significant bills, okay, how much of this financial load? It's genius. It's genius. These are questions that people have never really heard. A lot of women, you know, they hear the same female go through it, but that's one of them little sneaky questions that you just kind of get in there. So, and he knows how to flip it around and get the conversation going and put you on the hot seat and everything. So about time he gives you that particular question, you're going to be falling for that trap. You know what I'm saying? And then he's going to get on you. But it is about finances. If you're going to ask that question, you just asking it in an indirect way. So you guys need to listen to the shit and not take everything to heart, and you'll save yourself some time. But, you know, I love the comments, though. I love the comments. But that right there, it's clear that, yeah, that's not Kevin Samuels' message. But, I mean, I just made it clear that, you know, indirectly, it is about, you know, money and what she's not bringing to the table and what she's agreeing to not bring to the table. Okay? So all you sophisticated motherfuckers, get up on this and, you know, let's have this conversation. And you motherfuckers that want to get up in the comments talking that bullshit, you know, I'll leave my email. I'll leave my email up in there. And, you know, like I said, we can have this conversation. I love to have a nice panel every day. And, you know, we can have these conversations. Okay?
Business, a daycare, a spa, everything else. You can't be serious, Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I know, and then they give me, and then when you actually say, well, how's that supposed to work? Guy gonna figure it out. And then here's the funny thing: guys like run into these women at 40 years old, and they start asking slick ways. So are you on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? Yeah. You ever watch any relationship or dating content? Yeah. You ever watch Kevin Samuels?
This is a certified hood classic.
All you want to do to piss women off is ask them if they watch my content.
Holy shit.
Well, you know, when you're I would just play the video, man. It's just funny, man.
That's what her eyes do. They're like, holy shit. This watches Kevin Samuels? I gotta go.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
That's what
he
they
got
do.
His sound effects.
Gentlemen, I have become your best line of defense. You want to screen a woman? All you have to do is say, oh, what kind of content do you watch online? And if she says she does not watch me, go ahead and leave.
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
If she doesn't watch my content, guys, what do you think that means? If she doesn't watch my content,
it means that she's not on YouTube. That's what it means. I share the content with a lot of people that I know. And, to get some of these conversations going, because I think there's a lot of females that are running around with these masculine ways. So I bring them there for that. You know what I'm saying? But if she haven't seen the content, I mean, she just not on YouTube like that. That's all. Some people, with their algorithm and everything, although Kevin Samuels is big, over 1.3 million subs, and then he's doing other work other places and stuff, I'm sure. So, but the female's not gonna say that she doesn't listen to it, or she can be perfectly fine and not have this listen to these lectures also.
Or if she does watch my content and she has a problem with it, what do you think that means? What do you guys think that means? That means she's already pre-screened to not be one for you. Yep.
You guys got to filter through this stuff. And in a lot of cases, it's true. But in every case, it's not. And some of you dudes that be commenting all the time, you guys actually think that in every case is true. You don't leave that door open. And that door, when you leave that door open, that's for your own personal experiences. Like, you can only go to YouTube and get the templates, right? You're gonna have to do the work to fill in all the blanks, okay? You can come to Kevin Samuels and get a template. You can go to Alpharonomy, really good show. That brother, he cooked on man, who did he? Russell Wilson and Sierra, man. He cooked on them, man. But as good as I love that channel, as good as it is, you can only go there and get the templates. When you fill them out, it out, that's when you get that experience. So you can't have 100% of what nobody says. And if you don't know anything about anything, then you need to be staying away from it. You guys are smart. You guys just put yourself into fucked up situations sometimes with women. We all do. Men are smart. That's why these women that are not submissive and stuff, that's why they're single. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at it from a guy's perspective, we're actually smart. We're moving in the directions, even Pookies and Ray Rays, like, yeah, they might be having kids and shit, but they're not putting rings. Okay, so in a way, they smart too, even though just putting a bunch of kids out here and not taking care of them goes on. I'm not gonna say Pookie and Ray Ray doesn't take care of their kids. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Hood's a little different. I'm a different breed. We don't get up on here and try to be perfect. And you know what I'm saying? Nah, this is how we wake up. This is what it is. We're going to get this day going and make an impact. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Women, they come and go. Enjoy them while they're there. Nothing's forever. These are things that you should know as a man. Nothing's forever. Okay? So quit thinking that. You'd be better off.
She's already pre-screened to not be one for you. So your godfather is out here doing work even when I'm not working.
Hey, big head.
Do you watch Kevin Samuels content?
Holy shit. shit.
He got some funny sound effects.
Then you watch her talking to some beta boy over there and be like,
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
and you just, when you're walking out like, God, I survived. I made it to 40. I got no kids. She's over there freezing eggs. And they're telling you it's all the men's fault. It's your fault. You hate your mama. You're undercover gay. Your mama black. Gentlemen, at 40 is when you start to live. And at 40,
And look at you. You're average at best.
at 40, that's about as good as they can expect. Because every decade they lose a point. I want you to imagine a woman who's a straight up solid 9. A unadulterated 9
This is gonna be
in
interesting.
college. When she reaches age 30, she automatically drops to an 8. She drops to an 8 just by default. She drops to an 8 by default. And you know what happens? You go up. Men, we go up. Ladies go down. So you go up and she goes down. Then at 40, the woman who was a 9 now is an adjustable 6 at best. But are they dating that
Adjustable
way? No,
6.
they're dating as if their value has gone up with their age, their debt, their weight, and their income in some cases. And what you do, gentlemen, is you just avoid these women. Guys, at age 40,
They already are. Dudes are. It's a sad situation. You know, a lot of females. If the female doesn't want to get down with the program, you know, you shouldn't be fucking with her anyway. But it is a lot of this going on. And as humorous as it is, you know, his whole scale up, you know, go down. Because it does make a lot of sense. Like, you know, let's say that she was, you know, but that's when we're basing it off of looks. And he wants the woman to look a certain way because he's high enough value that he's actually gonna trick with the female. He's gonna offer to pay everything. He's, you know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, that's a trick's reality. And it's kind of, you know, I think a woman should be beautiful anyway. It shouldn't be just because that I'm gonna pay everything and I'm gonna provide you this life that you couldn't provide for yourself. It's not. I think that's where the disconnect is. He's saying that high value men want a certain type of woman, certain look, or what, or, you know, whatever, because that's what they deserve. So they're gonna just run around and, you know, all of these other women, you know what I'm saying, that are younger versions and all of this. A smart guy is not gonna pass up a woman just because of her looks. Of course, if you're not attracted to somebody, you're not attracted to somebody. But if you're attracted to somebody, a relationship can happen in that setting. Okay, so there's a lot of women that look good and they're not good. Okay, they might be a 10, they might look like a 10, but they're a 5. You know, they're not smart, they're not resourceful, they're not woman material. You know, that's what guys look for. We're not always looking for the most beautiful woman to have a baby with, or to marry, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know I'm gonna get pushback, because that's what goes down in these YouTube streets. Okay, you know, if you don't agree with everything somebody says, you know, they get butthurt, and you know they trying to get on your helmet. But to me, that's a trick. You know, if I'm going to wait till I'm 40 years old after I got all this money, and then I'm going to just go try to get me a 25-year-old or something that just looks good when she's really not physically attracted to me. Okay? Those are simp tendencies. You know, if you're dealing with a woman and she's not physically attracted to you, or there was never no type of physical attraction in that relationship at all, you setting yourself up to be a simp. Okay? Because once all this glitter and this gold is gone, or once you lose that job or get that DUI or vehicular homicide, or, you know, anything happens in the real fucking world, okay, she's gonna be fucking gone, homie. You know, I had one ride it out with me when I was in the penitentiary. Can you motherfuckers say that? Okay? I'm not advocating going to the pen, you know, but I'm advocating for finding you somebody that's solid, you know, above all that bullshit, okay? Now, I love what Kevin Samuels is doing, because he lets you kind of see it from a blimp, you know, the view on the blimp. And you can kind of see it from a different perspective. Okay, well, if I'm this, or if I'm acting like this, then, you know, and you kind of configure in this little point system. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I love point systems, right? Okay. So, you know, it's definitely a healthy tool, and it's going to be around for a long time. You know, Kevin Samuel, you know, he's a machine, you know, he's a machine. So, but you just can't run around and move like that. It's not safe at 40, you know, just as much as a woman should be trying to settle down, let's try to say like in her 20s, I think a guy should be trying to settle down, and he should already know who he's gonna spend the rest of his life with in his 30s. Don't wait till you're 40. I'ma tell you, you know. And a lot of these dudes be running around here popping that Viagra and all that shit, bro. You know, they doing that in their damn 20s. I'm seeing more dudes popping Viagras and doing all this sexual type of stimulant in their goddamn 20s, in their motherfucking 30s, okay? So what makes the fuck you think that you just gonna be this motherfucking raging fucking bull in your goddamn 40s, okay? Forever, for 20 years stretch, okay? So, yeah, it could happen. I'm not up there yet. I don't know. So, I'm not in my 50s and shit. So, you know, I wouldn't know what it's like to meet a woman at 40 and then wake up on my 50th birthday and revitalized, and she, you know what I'm saying, she's just on me still. If she's 35, if I met her at 40, she was 25 years old, just because she had all the measurements. And then I still got to provide for her, because I'm just this big ass high value man that I fucking promoted myself to be. You know, I'm this big high, you know, high sign and shit, and fucking known amongst my peers, and, you know, all of this high value shit. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to sustain that. That's all I'm saying at Dr. Hood. So, you know, you don't put a value on a woman because of the way she looks. Now, women, that's upon them. You know, if they want to be attractive, that's on them. If you don't want to be attractive, that's on you. Okay? A lot of times you're going to attract the wrong thing. So you're going to have to meet people in these different different settings. He might have to see you in work, in action. You know, you might be a caterer, or you might be doing something and he working beside him, or doing something that he really admires, and he feels like that you're that missing link. You're a key piece to his puzzle. That's when a guy wipes you up. You know, when he feels like, damn, you know what? Yeah, there are other women in life, but this one right here, let me kind of put her in my back pocket. And you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her to get away. You know, the other ones, yeah, they get away. They get away. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be that one that you really don't want to get away, you know. And that's because you've looked at the other qualities that she has. It's not just the good sex. Okay? So, hey man, I love Kevin Samuels' content. That's why I be on this shit. But if you think for 1 minute that the Dr. Hood channel, like we made this channel just to kiss ass and agree with everybody, he should be, if he even sees this reaction or whatever, he should be pleased with the level of pushback, and you know, because I'm bringing a different world to this shit. Okay. Us dudes from the hood, you know, we think we high value too. You know, we've been raking it in for 5 years plus, and all of that, doing different things, transitioning, and yeah.
You write a list of your absolute deal breakers, your non-negotiables. And it is my personal opinion, especially in your personal life, don't have women in your life that are not feeding your ego, who don't respect you on your terms. See, a lot of women, disrespect is not calling somebody their name. I said this when I was watching the Peep Network, and they were talking about some stuff that Kay does all the
Shout
time.
Shout out the Peep.
Kay is mad disrespectful.
They be cooking over there.
But she doesn't think she is, because calling somebody out of their name is a form of disrespect. But doing something people disapprove of, and you knowingly know they disapprove of it, and you can choose to not do it, is being provocative, which is being disrespectful. See, guys, we spend so much time and especially in Black community, we'll spend so much time debating and arguing with our women.
Okay.
We're just used to it. And we have to be the ones that stop. We have to be the ones that stop engaging women in the bullshit.
Okay.
I would go to yoga, but I don't have the right gear.
Save on all the best activewear at Sierra.
Also, I might have sent...
You know Dr. Hood hates when they do that shit.
Remember the whole OnlyFans Subway thing? Or the whole, what was that thing when I did with the 3 chicks at one? You don't engage. It's not a debate. You're looking for women who are serious women, who are not just wanting to travel, have fun, this and such and so forth. So at 40, life begins for a man at 40. It's the best part of life.
Right.
You still get the benefit of being a young enough man.
And running around trying to find a woman should be the last thing on your mind. When you hit that 40 and you get ready, you're getting ready for that financial stride, that 45 to 55. You know, that's probably when you're gonna make the bulk of your best decisions and your money, right? That's the last time you want to be looking for a lady. You should already have that locked in, fam. You should already have the kids already, okay? Don't wait till you're 40 to try to do this, okay? Everybody ain't living to 80. I just got off the phone with my mom. My Aunt Mary just passed. She was 93, you know. I was like, whoa, you know, I didn't know she was that old. But, you know, we're all not going to live to 93 and 80 and stuff. Some of us ain't going to live to 50. Some of us ain't going to live to 60. You know, you want to lock in before 40 years old, before you get out here thinking that just because you got all this money that you're gonna somehow meet this good woman and she's just gonna be submissive and all of this shit. You're gonna be in for a rude awakening, bruh. I'm just telling you, man, because I care about my people. But I'm not disagreeing with Kevin Samuels. I'm just telling you that you can't agree with everything. Now, give me some pushback. Let's have a debate. If you want to debate me on this topic, leave it in the comments, man. Leave your email in my comments, and we can have that discussion.
Man, but you are wise enough to get shit done. You got some gray hairs, and you know that you don't have to rush. It's good for a man who's done the right things. But if you haven't done the right things by 40, gentlemen, I suggest you get, if you're not putting in the 60 hours, because this is where it shows up. Many of you guys are football fans. And the fourth quarter.
Let's hear it.
Is where the work in the gym shows up. The road work, the conditioning. At 40 is where all this shows up. At 40 is where you start making distance between people. At 40 is what starts separating the men from the boys, as it were.
Right.
Now, are you in a position to take advantage of that?
I think it's more like 30. They separate the men from the boys.
Are you in a position to take advantage of your 40s? And that's the real question. A lot of guys aren't in a position to take advantage of their 40s. So what you need to do is look and say, do I have my wolf pack? Am I fit? Am I an athlete for life? Am I putting in my 60 hours? Am I doing all the stuff? Do I have my network together? Do I have my masculine image together? And this is one area where most men fail. Many men have all this stuff on their career, everything else, but you're still dressing like you dressed in college. Sorry, gentlemen, it won't work.
Okay.
Take off the damn graphic t-shirt, Jordans, jeans, and fitteds. Absolutely unacceptable.
Okay.
I saw somebody saying, white boys can grow their hair out and grow hair long, but black men got to cut their hair. That's bullshit. Shut the fuck up. When our ethnic image tops in, we can start making rules. Until then, shut up. Stop being such a rebel and play the game.
Shout out to my boy J83. Those that know. He called me and because I said that one of Kevin Samuels' indirect qualifications, to this high value club was the way you dress. You had to dress up like a suit. And I said that and he had pushback, like, no, Kevin Samuels never said that. Like we damn near. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be the YouTuber that can go back and timestamp everything and know exactly, file everything people say. I got a life, you know what I'm saying? I got family, kids, all of that. So I couldn't do that, but I want to make this special reaction just for him. And so that he'll know that, this is what Kevin Samuels is talking about. He even alluded to cutting the hair. Like, white boys could grow their stuff out long, but blah, blah, blah. He said, shut the fuck up, and play the game. Kevin Samuels is cool as a man, but as a man, I'm going to disagree with that. I think, the graphic t-shirts, I don't got no Jordans. I ain't just rocking Jordans and shit, But comfortable tennis shoes, you know, something you can walk in. You can get some shit done being a man, you know, in your lane. If that's your lane, if you work for a job or you're doing something that requires you to have a suit, you know, then, you know, of course you're gonna do what you gotta do. But I don't want people to think that having if that's your logo, if that's what you wear, you know, I don't want you to feel like you're less professional than anybody else. You know, this is a new world where it's not old school no more. You know, you got people on YouTube making $30,000 a month. You know, they don't even leave the house. You know, they just in the house with a t-shirt on and you know doing, and they accept it. You know, but we got to put on this big ass facade, and you know, I don't agree with it. You know, now when I look good in the suit, you know, get a suit, throw a suit on, button up, you know, I mean, it's a good look, but it doesn't mean you're professional. You know, it's actually gonna maybe draw a female that thinks you're professional, and she might be a gold digger or whatever. You know, your outcome is based on the decisions that you make and, you know, how professional you are as a person. I've had plenty of people that I've had conversations with, and I've had my regular attire on, and the way I was there, you know, I met them on time, business was good, you know, everything was good, and they commended me on how professional I was. Okay, so if you're professional, it doesn't matter, you know, rather if you're Mark Cuban, then you got a goddamn Dallas Mavericks fucking jersey on, or or if you sitting on Shark Tank, you know, doing your thing with a suit on, or, you know, whatever, you know, let's not get caught up in image. You know, it's about how you treat people and your clientele. You know, that means a lot. Now, can you get clientele from having a suit on? You know, maybe you should, you know, look into that. But I just wanted to get that. This is one of my guys, man. He actually called me. He didn't comment, but he actually called me. And no, we're gonna cook.
See, as an image consultant, you don't come pay me to help you reconstruct your image just to do the same shit you did before. You dress for outcomes as a grown damn man. Now, on my channel, when I was becoming an image consultant, you can watch me try every style personality. I went through times where I had plaids, colors, different textures, different patterns, different accessories, you know, and I sat down with my own image consultant after I learned the business. I'm like, okay, what is my style? Now you guys see, I have it down. But I left all of that up so you can see where the evolution came from. Go back over my channel and you can see a guy like you that just decided to do the work. Esquire, GQ, Bachelor, okay? But what is your masculine archetype? Refined. That's somebody kind of like myself. The rogue or the rake, I've already described these. You can be a refined tiger, a rakish tiger, a rogue tiger. You can be a refined lion, a rakish lion, or a rogue lion. We don't deal with the hyena mindset male over here. Just like we don't entertain hyena mindset or mule mindset women. What we do with women like that is we avoid them. The only way we don't avoid them is if we can profit from it. The only reason we don't avoid women like that is if we can profit from the association. Meaning, when I finish Men's Week and I talk about the attorney, the realtor, this, the that, the averagers, the averagers, I profit from the association from a lot of different things because I can better speak to it. But my ultimate goal is to make sure that you as a man understand that so many of you young guys want to get it all done in your 20s. You're not looking to realize about 40 is when it starts. At 40, you start living. At 40 is when you can decide to go, if you're a tiger, Have your go get your Harley. Do whatever. And I'm gonna tell you.
I disagree, man.
As an aside, if you're not in the top 10% of men, I wouldn't even contemplate, especially in the black community, I wouldn't contemplate marriage.
Are you listening to this? Are you listening to this? Now, give me some pushback. I'm a lead this little pause right here, just so I can get some type of pushback. Where's my loud at? Where's my loud? I got some of this purple. Man. You know, my joints don't be that big, so you know I just need a little bit. But I need some pushback. Cause are you serious? He said if you're not in the top 10% in the black community, he wouldn't even contemplate marriage. Oh man, is that productive for the black community or not? You know, I appreciate him making that statement. You know, so it give me a little time to cook a little bit. You know, that is counterproductive. And if some of you dudes, you know, you listen to this shit and you're the main ones giving the pushback, you guys are brainwashed. A lot of the stuff is good, but then he hit you with a jab like that. Like, if that's not a slap in the face for the black community, what is? And we're just reacting. So he could switch it up and he can change it up and make a good point for the black community. You know, instead of ending the reaction now, you know, I'll let it go for a little bit longer. Maybe he can elaborate on what he's talking about. Like and subscribe to Dr. Hood, please. You know, we need people like me out here that don't kiss ass. I don't need no endorsements from nobody. Okay? I just need you to subscribe and hit the button and support. And when I drop the link, jump up and let's have a conversation. Jump up. Let's have a combo. Okay?
If you're not at 40 in the top 10%, I wouldn't contemplate marriage until you are firmly in there, because no matter what women say, they want you to be able to pay all the bills. And I'm going to talk to the women about the Great Resignation. Look, the Great Resignation is here to stay. And I'm going to talk to black women in particular about this all next week. There's so many black women who are going to be left working for corporate America while most other women are working from home. The reason so many black women cannot take advantage of the Great Resignation is because you are chronically unmarried. I'm going to bring in stuff from the Minority Mindset, Jocelyn Singh, some other things, talking about the Great Resignation, talking about how companies are starting to go back to women to renegotiate, and y'all's dumbasses are taking the packages. You know how many women I know of who are working long, crazy hours, getting underpaid? The company came back and offered them $5,000 extra, and now they are going back and doing. I'm like, they could have gave you that money a long time ago. The Great Resignation, on top of inflation. Most of you ladies, if you could get along with a man, you would be set. More on that to come.
I don't disagree with this.
But gentlemen, if you're not in the top 10%, 15%, 75,000 or more. Maybe you don't live in a big city. Maybe you live in Tulsa. Okay, Tulsa. If you're living in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Austin, something where the cost of living is below the national average, the top 15% will do. But if you're in the top 15% and you don't want to get married, Gentlemen, get you a cereal, get a steady, have somebody to hang out with. I did the video on,
you know, that's where the pushback comes in, you know. I just don't believe, you know, if you're an image consultant, do that. You know, that's what you're, you know. But to tell black people not to procreate when we're the minority in America, I think is damaging. It really is. And I want the pushback. I want all the pushback. I want all the likes and subscribes and the pushback. Okay. But let me let them finish this clip and then we're gonna get out of here.
Pay to play and all that stuff. I know more men who have a girlfriend for the summer, spring, summer, winter, fall. I got a cold weather girlfriend, I got a warm weather girlfriend. I'm not talking about running a rotation per se, because I'm talking about all your relationships with women need to be above board and need to be clear up front, because you don't want to try to be a fuckboy or a player or a stupid N-word in this time, because you'll mess up your reputation trying to do stuff for slick.
Man, listen, Kev, you know, you want people to live your life. You know, you're trying to use the 40-year-olds, you know, and relive your life through the new 40-year-olds. So you're basically telling the 40-year-olds of today to do what you didn't do. Okay? That's not it. You know, you want to get you a queen. You want to have that locked down as soon as possible, fellas. Okay? If it's official or non-official, you know, whatever it is, you don't want to let that slip by. Like you see guys, and I know everybody has that, you know, knows somebody or knows a good girl that they grew up with, and then she went on, got married, all of that shit, or somebody got her locked down, and you wonder, damn, how did he do that? How did he do that, right? It's because he didn't wait till he was 40, okay? I know some dudes that did, and they about purpose, but if that love is not real because she never had a physical attraction to you, which 40 is out of your prime. I mean, let's be real. I mean, yeah, we're supposed to be physically fit and, you know, everything, but the average 40-year-old, I don't think, is in better shape than a 25-year-old. Okay? So you definitely got to look at it like that. It's not smart to try to start a family at 40 years old if you're a man.
Or for free that you could do as a grown damn man. Don't do it that way, guys. Don't do it that way. Be upfront. Pay the price.
Pay the price.
Instead of trying to get it off the lip and then find yourself with a crazy ex-girl, a crazy girlfriend, blowing up your social media, stalking you online, writing all kind of reviews.
At 40. So you see what's going on here? There shouldn't even be anything going on like this for 40-year-olds. This isn't the life that you're gonna want, you know. I can guarantee you that. I would not want to be single, running around, meeting new chicks, and, you know, going through all of this terrible dating pool, you know, the terrible nightmares that come along with this, and getting to know people and confrontations, and you at 40, you want to be already locked down. If you're married, if you're not married, you know, you're already locked down. You got your family, you got your household, you're thinking about investments and other things, trying to push the kids through school, things like that. That's what an average 40-year-old does, and then or should be doing. And then you're building up your money, because a lot of the things in your 20s and 30s that you felt were important, like having 100,000 pair of tennis shoes and doing all of this extra shit, needing a new outfit all the time, and going to the barbershop twice a week and shit that you did in your 20s and shit, you're not doing that no more. Okay, you're cleaning the gutters and putting backsplashes in the kitchen, and what I'm saying, you're doing other fun things that it substitutes for the other fun things that you used to do. We got man caves and different things, offices and shit, trying to develop other streams of income, cooperating and working with, other people that you've been knowing for a long time, and those relationships are set in stone. None unlike a 20-year-old, 25-year-old. His relationships, he been knowing some dudes, been running with some dudes 4 or 5 years, but it's not gonna be like you as a 40-year-old. You've got some 20-year relationships. Some of them went bad, some of them are still good. Those few that are still good, you might want to collaborate and do things on some money shit with them. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, me and Kevin Samuels, we're in 2 different age brackets. I just don't think that if you're not in the top 10%, you shouldn't want to get married and have kids and all that. I think that's bullshit. We're gonna get through it, and at this channel, we're gonna help the youngsters. I'm gonna be promoting mentor programs and all of that. If every black man that's on his feet grabs one black kid, and puts him under his wing and calls him once a week, or invites him to a basketball game or a football game, or even if it's high school football game, doing something with these youth to give them a positive role model. That's what we want to do. Now, if I'm not the most intellectual guy, or if I don't have all the statistics and all the data to be able to get up here and talk to you guys, just answer one question for me. Do I stop? Do I quit what I'm doing? Do I stop trying to reach out? Do I stop trying to do positive just because I don't have 100% approval rating? Right? That's, so with that being said, this is Dr. Hood. And we out of here. You guys hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. I'm gonna let this one play out. We're gonna stop it at the hour joint. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Again, how you handle women is going to determine a lot. And at 40, you need to have women in your life for recreation. Yeah, going out to eat is cool, but I love to be sitting across from a beautiful woman at a nice restaurant.
For sure.
I like women's company. Women are great.
Yeah, but I would rather have my woman, at 40, I would rather have my woman sitting across from me, looking into her eyes, because she's been there, she's weathered the storm, and that's what it is. We're not out here shopping at 40, okay? Peace.